What's up, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we got something a little different, but like we used to do, we got a car review. This is my 2013 Subaru Brz Limited. Let's get into it. So to start off, under the hood we got a 2-liter boxer 4-cylinder motor. It's pushing about 198 horsepower. Here's a look at that boxer engine. There's nothing much done to it, but it's been working pretty good for me so far. Starting off in the front a little bit, nothing too crazy, but we've got new fog lights that I installed not too long ago. They're just a regular amber color. These are your daytime running lights, so anytime you are in drive or let the parking brake go, those will turn on both sides. And then the headlights, nothing too crazy. It's got a DRL right here that you can turn on, but then it's got your highs and lows, and they work great. I put these little bumper straps on here because when I got the car, it was a little misaligned right there, so these just help kind of close that gap. It's not perfect, but it works pretty good. And it's got an aftermarket red Subaru badge. I didn't put that on, but I mean, it looks kind of cool. Nothing crazy on the tires either. We just have these 215/45 R17 tires and wheels. The rims are just aftermarket. They were on there when I got the car, but they look nice, just blacked out on there. Moving to the side, you know, there's not a lot of work done to it, but we have the center mounted antenna up there on the roof, and then the slanted back windshield, and they've put this aftermarket little carbon fiber wing on the back, and it looks pretty cool. Same with the red emblem, Subaru emblem on the back. Nothing crazy going on over here either. We just have the regular stock taillights. They look pretty nice. And then we have an aftermarket dual exhaust, and it sounds pretty good. I'll show you in a little bit. And then it's the center reverse light, so that lights up white. And then the rear diffuser is a little aftermarket carbon fiber one too, but it looks pretty nice overall. Overall, the outside's pretty basic. I haven't had it too long, but it's just kind of been a daily driver for a little bit to save miles on the truck. But it just has a couple things done to it. It was lowered an inch from factory with new coilovers. That was done by the previous owner. And then obviously the different rims and tires and exhaust. But really no engine work or super crazy modifications. It's just a pretty basic BRZ, so it's super fun to drive. Moving on to the doors and interior, it is keyless entry, so you just grab the handle and it'll unlock. And then to relock it, you just shut it and you push the button and it locks all the doors. It's obviously just a 2-door coupe. Open the door and it's not too crazy, but it's got the regular door panel. It's got this little red stitching around it that looks pretty nice, but just your door handle up top. You got your mirror control knob there, lock and unlock, and then you have your window switches, which are auto both sides, so that's kind of nice. Speaker down, you have a little cubby in the door, marker light on the bottom, so yeah. The interior is pretty small but sporty because it is a little sports car. So you got your 2 seats that are not buckets, but they kind of hug you on the side, so it's a little bit better in that aspect. Obviously it's a manual, so you got your clutch and everything. You got your controls here on the side, the trunk button, and your lights on and off and stuff like that. You got your vent, you got your dash controls. You can switch it between your trips and displays and stuff like that. And then on the steering column, that's your headlight functions and your fog lights also on the inside there. And as we get into the car, dash is pretty standard. You got your different gauges and stuff that tells you. And then it's got cruise control right here on the bottom of the steering wheel. Just for that. And then up top is your wiper controls and things like that. Moving over to the middle, you got 2 top vents. It's still got the stock radio in here. It works pretty good, but it's definitely a little outdated and kind of lags a little bit when you try to push a bunch of buttons. But it's got just your basic radio functions. It's got navigation and all that stuff. Down here you got a clock that turns on. You got your hazards, and then all your climate controls and temperature controls right there. And then you got off buttons and more buttons down there. And then here's a little USB and auxiliary port right there. And it's got you a little tray for whatever you want to put small objects in. Push start, so there's your start button, on and off. And then we move down a little bit. It is a 6-speed manual transmission, so there's your shifter there with that nice red stitching that I like. Go down a little more and it's got traction control off, and then your sport button. And then you move down a little bit more and it's got heated seats actually, so passenger and driver heated seat buttons. Parking brake is right there, pretty standard. Move down a little more, you got a cubby right here in the middle. I just have a few things, and it's got a 12-volt port right there. Move down some more, you got 2 cup holders and a little slot for whatever you want. I just have some mints in there. No center console storage, but still pretty okay. Up top you got your little microphone speaker there, and then you got your dome light and all that good stuff. And then visors have mirrors on both of them. Back seat is pretty small for a person to sit back there. I got some stuff back, but as you can see, it's back seat's right up against the front seat, so it's not super spacious, but still gives you the room to store items or whatever you need to. But it's gonna be hard for a full-grown person to sit back there. Overall, the interior is pretty small, but it's supposed to be. It's a little sports coupe, so you're not gonna get a whole lot of room, but still nice and comfortable. You can open the trunk now. It's just a little button under here. As long as you have the key, it'll open. Got some things in here, but not a huge trunk. You know, it goes back just a little bit, but it's not super great. And then you can pull down the back seat by pulling these 2 levers. And you just push it down and it gives you access to the front, so you can lay bigger items in there or whatever you need to do. Yeah, that's the inside and outside mostly of the car. I didn't go into as great of detail as I have before, but yeah, you can let me know if you have any questions. It's not super crazy, but there's some cool features it has. So we can go for a little drive and I'll do a startup for you because it sounds pretty good. But yeah, let's get to it. All right, now we're just driving it around a little bit. Just kind of show you what the inside looks like. This is a pretty good car. I just use it to drive to work and back and around town and stuff, and it's so super fun too. So but yeah, this might have been a little bit shorter of a review, but I think I went over everything I needed to. Let me know if you guys have any questions or if you want to see other car reviews or what. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.